Okay, so here is the icom original RAM board. Okay, and here's the piexx board. And there is a disadvantage to this piexx board, actually, believe it or not. And I'm going to point out just a few different things, but real briefly, this will not give you Mars mod on the radio. It does not unlock any kind of frequencies or anything like that. In fact, it might actually remove them in some cases. Um, so, one of the things that's really goofy is the clarifier acts really strange. It tells you right in here, though. So it tells you. Let me go and. It says. If you use the XIT or RIT, you will need to push the clear button whenever you power up the radio. This will clear the RTIX registers in the radio. I'm not really particularly sure what the deal is there with that, but like basically it doesn't function normal. It's just you start to turn it, it shows some kind of numbers, but it doesn't know where it's at anymore. I don't know if it's just because it's an encoder, and so it displays like gibberish, and so you have to clear it. I think that's something they've been selling these long enough. They should have figured out how to clear that out of there, to be honest. The other thing is I think it blocks Mars mod. I'm not sure this radio is not Mars modded, but I think it does block it. So I think some guys were wanting to use the 60 meter band, and they put the board in, and now they couldn't use the 60 meter band anymore. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I've obviously removed it. I tested it to see if it would work. We're going to look at the differences, and we'll see that the icom version looks really, really simple. There's really not a lot on here. And this board here has a whole lot going on. There's quite a bit of extra stuff. But it's also then again designed to work with multiple radios. I don't know if there's something underneath here. I think it's just the bottom. No, it's another chip. So there's another chip underneath the bottom of this. We have a lot of stuff here, interestingly enough. Tons of surface mount components. But yeah, underneath this is another chip. And I'm not sure why they put this paper underneath it, but you can see there's another chip underneath there. I'm just going to leave it like it is, as I'm not concerned about it. You have this chip here, which is somewhat older. There's some more modern Chinese chips. Surface mount transistor. So, reversion 2K. But it's nicely made. The only thing is, it doesn't mount all the way down here. You see that hole? It doesn't mount. You cannot secure it with a screw anymore. The icom design let the pins go all the way through. And so, you just sit down in there. So, I wanted to just do something super, super quick. Now, also, what I want is to get another one of these battery holders and just do a dual battery on this. And just make sure that I always keep an eye on it. But this will be inside the radio. I'm going to put this inside the radio, inside the plastic, and I'm just going to leave it in there. Tape it up into the lid or something. And, if something ever happens to me and somebody ends up with my radio, they'll be fine. They won't have to buy this board because it probably won't be available. I'm not 100% sure, but it says there's only 5 left. So unless they're going to make more of them, if you look on the website now and check and see, I don't know, does it say 4 or does it just still say 5? Because sometimes they are, they like make it last one, and then you order it and it says last one, and then somebody else orders it, still says last one. At any rate, but I wanted to just kind of show you guys a few different things here. This is an old battery out of a Kenwood TS940. It's probably one of the original batteries. And what does it measure? It measures... But it measured better than that. Interesting. I was reading voltage on this earlier. This is an old Sanyo. Huh. Reads 0.5 now. 0.8 if you make really good contact with it. So when I checked this battery earlier today, I was reading like 1 point something volts. Anyway, here's this one here, and I'm not sure if we have an easy way to just measure this thing. I'm guessing the pin right there, or possibly just one of these other ones. So we got 3.319 volts on that. And then here's icom. .349 volts. It's actually got a better battery in it than that. 3.349. Okay. 3.319. Yep. So, like one of the guys commented, that's brand new battery voltage. So, I prefer to keep the icom board, to be honest with you, because the thing is, there's no funny business with the any kind of modifications. If you want to Mars mod this, you cut the brown wire, the black wire, or whatever the hell wire it is, it'll be fine. But as far as I understand with this, I don't know that that's true. But also the clarifier thing just really irks me. I don't want to have to reset it every time, unless it's like this is the last option in the world. So this is going to go back in the radio. We'll put that, this is basically my $100 board, because it's like $78 plus $16 shipping plus tax. This is $93. It might as well be $100. So, no big deal. I'm glad that they still make it. I'm glad that I was able to get one, but I'm not going to use it because I don't like the clarifier. That definitely bothers me. So, now when you put this back in the radio, you won't be able to install that screw, which I now have to remove. I'm wondering also, I need to take a look and see if the trimmers, the VCO trimmers, have been replaced in this particular radio. I'm hoping that I might be greeted by something nice with the ceramic variety. I have slapped the radio a couple of times when it wasn't working quite right. I seen a guy that did a video where this lid was like loose, and mine definitely doesn't seem to be loose, and I believe it's soldered in the corners. However, it kind of looks like it's freshly soldered in the corners. So let's see if we can see anything through here. Although I don't know. I mean, I guess that looks like icom soldering. So I don't believe you can just pry up the lid on this. And I opened one before, and it was a real pain in the butt. Let's see. What does that look like to you? That kind of looks kind of plastic to me. I don't know. I can't tell. If we could get it to focus a little better. That one's really hard to tell. I don't know, that doesn't really quite look like plastic. Really hard to say. Anyway, if you know if those are or not, let me know. I think they're plastic, but let's just hope they're maybe not. But it looks like some hell of a soldering thing in here. Ugh. Possibly maybe some kind of repair. I don't know. My original 751 had a lot of really funky stuff in it. Looked like maybe, you know, factory service recalls and updates and whatnot. But anyway, so we're just gonna leave it like this, and I just keep it simple. I want to run that. There's no reason to do anything with this radio until that battery, like, you know, dies unexpectedly or something. And honestly, I think, you know, I think it can be, you know, just keep an eye on it. And I think it'd be pretty easy to, you know, keep this radio going. Just once a year, check it probably, you know. So anyway, it has a Foster speaker. So that's a little look at the later 751A, made in 88 or 89 or something. It was purchased brand new in 89. And I have the original paperwork on it. It was about $1,500. They didn't even offer free shipping. They charged the guy shipping. Let's see if I can, I wanted to show you guys the receipt. Hold on. All right, so Delaware Amateur Radio Supply, 6189. The radio was $13.99, and they charged $15 shipping and handling, and they charged him 3% tax, $42.50. 13,570. At which time he must have got it, and then he went to HRO locally to him and bought the AT500 tuner, which was $509, and an Astron 35 with meters for $169. What a deal. And this was 5 days later. 6689. And I'm looking to see what the sales tax was. So the sales tax back then in California was 6%. So he probably bought his radio in Delaware to get 3% tax instead of 6%, because California is double. Yeah. Pretty cool, huh?